All right, Dr. Rollins joins us for some more medical advice today. We're going to talk about acne treatments.
Yep.
Had some success with that?
Yeah, sure enough. Thank you. So acne is a huge problem. We see tons of patients with acne issues, and it's become something that's one of our favorite things to treat because we actually do really well with it. And we have a functional medicine approach to acne that I think is really the key here. And so there's topical approaches to acne, but then there's also a systemic underlying approach.
Okay.
And I want to share a product line that we've been using for quite a while now called VI Peel that's pretty special. It was developed by a physician for his daughter who actually had real bad acne and too dark a skin to use some of the traditional peels and treatments. So he developed a special formulation. So let me first say that acne is caused by sebum glands, oil glands that we all have, and they simply get plugged. And if they stay plugged, they tend to turn into pustules and eventually boils. That's what leads to the scarring that a lot of people have. So, you know, proper skin care is really important, and with a lot of people, that's all they need to do is see one of an esthetician or somebody that can help with chemical peels and those kinds of things. But for a lot of people, they have underlying systemic problems, and that's where they tend to refer them to me, and that's where it gets really fun and interesting. So what would drive acne, you might think? Well, everybody probably would guess hormones, and that's certainly true, and certainly females during menstrual cycles and with disorders that have high testosterone or those kinds of androgen hormones can drive acne. But believe it or not, inflammation is probably the most common reason I see people having really bad acne. Well, inflammation will cause your body to dump more cortisol, the stress hormone, and that drives acne in the skin. So many a patient we've seen has big, inflamed, just terrible acne. You get rid of the source, and a lot of times that's gut health, things like delayed food allergies, gluten allergies I've seen a lot, healing leaky gut. Some of these things are really at the core of what drives acne.
On the other side of things, what would you say is the worst way to treat acne? You know, some people go to the lines of, popping the zits and whatnot. That's probably not advised, right?
If you think about it, when you have this oil-plugged gland and it gets so plugged that it starts to swell and become more like a pimple, boil kind of thing, the worst thing to do is start traumatizing the heck out of it. It's already traumatized and inflamed. So that's a very delicate process. Now, our estheticians are excellent helping people with that. And that's where a targeted approach with an esthetician can really help, because they can go in and with some special procedures unplug some of the pores and help release that pressure. Instead of getting on a couple weeks of antibiotics, you can sit under one of our blue lights for 30 minutes and it kills the bacteria like 2 weeks of antibiotics without harming the gut and all of that. So there are some strategies that you can target those big inflamed ones without causing more harm than good.
Okay, absolutely. Well, that's great advice. If you have any questions about that or want to contact Dr. Rollins, we'll pull up that information right there on your screen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.